YouTube, welcome to the party. Got Twitch chat already here. We are going to do my college football top 25 rankings. First up, let me pull out my notes app. I've got Panda pulled up on my phone. Time out. We 3-0. How we sucking? Because college football is full of dog shit teams, and you played a bunch of those dog shit teams. But anyway, that's not important. That's not important. You guys might be good, but y'all are better than the University of Oklahoma. We're winning a natty this year. Okay, so let's get into it first. Let's go over what happened last week. So Ohio State beat Ohio 37-9. LSU beat Florida 20-10. Miami beat USF 49-12. Fuck you, Oos, said March. Georgia beat... Oh my god. The Georgia-Tennessee game was hilarious, by the way. If you guys didn't watch the Georgia-Tennessee game, it was the most Tennessee thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it was so bad. I would cry if I was a Tennessee fan. Fuck you, Marsh. I won. LOL. I DK about that one, Damo. Damo, what's up, Mashty? What's up, Oos? What's up, Marchios? What's up, Pico? Only one can win. And that only one that's winning is going to be the University of Oklahoma. Anyways, yeah, so Georgia beat Tennessee in a hilarious, like, fumbling of the game by Tennessee. They didn't actually fumble the game. They just missed their field goal kick, easy layup, and they just whiffed. Oregon beat Northwestern 34-14. South Carolina lost to Vanderbilt. Oh my god. So I was way too high on South Carolina. So I can tell you guys right now, South Carolina, not going to be in the top 25 anymore. They're going to be down here. So South Carolina's gone. Shout outs to Vandy, though. Love to see the Commodores doing good. Talking of Tennessee, Sid's the only 10 I see, said Mashty. You are correct. It's not even over, said Marsh. Wait, what do you mean it's not over? So the University of Oklahoma destroyed Temple yesterday, 42-3. Florida State was on bye. Penn State beat Villanova, 52-6. Like, that matters at all. Ole Miss beat Arkansas 41-35. Texas it was in a game against UTEP for a whole half. I'm not liking what I'm seeing out of Texas right now. Clemson, we had you overranked for sure too. I'm sorry, everybody. I thought Clemson was better than they were. They just lost to Georgia Tech yesterday. What was the score? Clemson versus Georgia Tech lost 21-24. I mean, not like a horrible loss, but not a good loss either. Fantasy, said Oos. Who cares about fantasy? We're talking college football, dog. Also, all my fantasy teams are going like 0-2, so I don't want to talk about it. Put some respect on Auburn. They're not going to be ranked. I'm not going to rank a team that I know is losing next week. On the bright side, if they beat OU, they'll be ranked next week. It's the cool thing about next week's matchups. The next 2 weeks, there's a bunch of matchups that are going to like separate the top 25 from everybody else. Like right now, it's kind of like, maybe this team should be in, maybe that team should be in, but like in 2 weeks, we'll know who should be in the top 25 and who shouldn't. TCU beat Abilene Christian, and I forgot to write the score down, but they beat them by a lot. But TCU is going to be moving down, even though they won. They have a win over North Carolina. It really doesn't mean that much. And they're only 2-0. Tennessee. I'm actually going to break a rule with Tennessee today. Because Tennessee lost 41-44 to Georgia, but they actually looked damn good in that game. They looked way better than I thought they would. So I think I'm going to break a rule, and I'm actually not going to push them down as far as I could. They are going to move down a little bit, I think, but they're not like falling out of the top 25 or anything. Iowa State beat Arkansas State 24-16. I'm not believing in Iowa State. I'm not believing in Iowa State at all. Yeah, I don't want to talk about fantasy. New York Jets from the NFL suck. Yeah, we all knew that. Louisville was on bye. Illinois beat Western Michigan 38-0. I might be disrespecting Illinois. I'm really not sure. Texas A&M beat Notre Dame 41-40. Michigan beat Central Michigan 63-3. Nebraska beat Houston Christian 59-7. Like, those were even real schools. Oh, the A&M game against Notre Dame was actually pretty good, by the way. I don't know if you guys watched that one. I couldn't take my eyes off of it, even though I hate A&M and Notre Dame. But I'm glad A&M won because I have A&M ranked, and I don't have Notre Dame ranked. You know who is going to have an 0-2 Notre Dame ranked in the top 25 today when we go look? The AP poll. I almost guarantee that Notre Dame is still ranked at 0-2, and it's going to be hilarious. Anyways, Michigan and Nebraska both won their games by a lot when they played high school teams. Alabama beat Wisconsin 38-14. Utah beat Utah State. I've got Utah beating Utah. That's not accurate. Utah beat somebody 31-6. BYU was on bye. USF lost to Miami 12-49, and they actually will also probably be falling out of the top 25, even though Miami has a good loss. But to be honest, there's other teams that deserve to go ahead of them. Notre Dame just got to win their conference to get in the playoffs. Get it. I get it, Marsh. Notre Dame will not be going to the playoffs. They only have one good potential win left on their schedule, and it's USC. Although we'll see how USC does. Mississippi State beat Alcorn 63-0. And for our teams that are going to possibly be entering, we've got there's some more teams. But Vandy beat South Carolina 31-7, so they're going to be moving up. Georgia Tech beat Clemson 24-21. They're going to be moving up. And there's another team I've got on my list that doesn't deserve to be here, but they are also going to be moving up. And it's not Texas Tech, spoiler. Auburn going to be going to the playoffs, LOL. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Anyways, so we've taken the teams out that don't deserve to be here. Now let's go ahead and put the teams where they're supposed to be. So Ohio State, going to stay number 1. LSU, actually moving down. I'm putting Miami over LSU. Miami has 2 top 25 wins now, and, well, Notre Dame's not really top 25 anymore. And USF, not in my top 25 anymore. But there were 2 good wins against 2 good teams. I think Miami has the 2 best wins in the country right now. So LSU also didn't look that great against Florida, so they're moving down. Georgia, I could honestly put Georgia over LSU, and I wouldn't feel bad about it at all. But we're going to leave Georgia right here at number 4. Oregon will be number 5. I could honestly probably put Oregon over LSU too, but I think Miami jumping them is good enough. I think y'all going down. Well, we'll see. Because my number 6 spot is going to be the University of Oklahoma, and they're playing Auburn. So Ohio State's on bye next week. Florida is playing Miami. LSU is playing Southeast Louisiana, so that should be an easy win for LSU. Georgia is on bye. Oregon is playing Oregon State, and OU is playing Auburn. Next up, we've got Florida State. They're playing Kent State, and they're moving up to number 7. Penn State is on bye, moving up to number 8. Number 9 is going to be Ole Miss. They're playing Tulane, which Tulane is actually secretly kind of a good team. Tulane is currently 3-0. They could possibly be ranked coming into this week. I doubt they will be, but if they beat Ole Miss, they will be ranked next week. Texas is unfortunately moving up to number 10. I don't think they deserve to be number 10, but I don't know who else to put here. I'm not gonna lie. And then we're gonna shuffle some teams around. I'm moving Illinois up to 11. Wait, no. I'm moving Texas A&M up to 11. I'm moving Illinois up to 12. TCU does not deserve to be like sniffing the top 10. They're 2-0. They haven't played really anybody besides North Carolina, so they're not moving up for me. Illinois. Then we've got Iowa State at 13. To be honest, I hate that. Looking at that, I don't know why I've got that. Iowa State is not inspiring confidence right now, but they are 4-0. They are 4-0. They're going into a bye, so they'll be in the top 25 next week. So, I mean, that's like a safe bet. We're going to leave Tennessee right at 14. I know, we should drop them for losing, but I don't know. I'm kind of digging what Tennessee's putting down this year. Cap, it's over. I got TCU at 15. I think TCU is going to start slowly moving down unless they start doing some really impressive performances. But to be honest, a lot of these teams have really good chances to win their next few games. They are playing SMU next week, which could be a good win for them. Although SMU's already lost to Baylor, so... Tennessee's playing UAB. Illinois is playing Indiana. Oh, that's actually big. Illinois versus Indiana. So Indiana is like in the top 25 in the AP poll. I don't have them ranked, but I do have them like right on the outside looking in. So Indiana has their chance to play their way into the top 25 this week. And Illinois has the chance to play their way out or prove they deserve to be here. Louisville 2-0 versus Bowling Green. UAB, the University of Alabama, Birmingham. Louisville is number 16. They're 2-0. They're playing Bowling Green this week. Should be an easy win. Michigan and Nebraska play each other this week. This is the week that we get to the Michigan-Nebraska game. I'm leaving Michigan above Nebraska because I think Michigan's winning that game. I would prefer if Nebraska wins, but actually it's better for OU if Michigan wins. So I think Michigan is a better team, though. We'll see. Anything can happen. I'm not sure if it's at Michigan or at Nebraska. We'll look at that in just a second. I'm retired from football in general. Something Flacco should do, said Marcios. Next, we're going to slide up Alabama to number 19. I know, we hate it, but I mean, they're still probably pretty good. They'll be, to be honest, if Ole Miss and Alabama played right now, Alabama would win. If Alabama played A&M right now, Alabama would win. The only team that I would be scared of, I was Alabama. Well, two teams, actually three teams. They've still got to play Georgia too. They've got to play Georgia, they've got to play Vandy, and they've got to play the University of Oklahoma. All potential losses on Alabama's schedule, which is hilarious. It's funny because I feel more confident about Vandy right now than I do about Alabama. Put FSU out. Fuck them. Alabama probably gonna lose. Fuck FSU. Well, you know what? They can fall out when they lose. They are playing Miami in a few weeks. Not next week and not the week after, but I think it's 3 weeks away. Which will be a pretty big game. Should be a top 10 game. Anyways, because I mean, Florida State's schedule is super duper easy until the Miami game, and Miami's got they've got Florida this week, and then after that, I think they get into their conference schedule, or maybe they've got a bye. Anyways, Utah is going to move up to number 20. They're playing Texas Tech this week. Texas Tech is also on the outside looking in, so if Texas Tech wins, they'll move into the top 25, and Utah will move out. I think Utah's going to win that game, though. BYU's taking on East Carolina. Mississippi State is taking on NIU, and they're moving up to 22. Next up, for the new teams, we've got Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is in the top 25 after knocking off former top 10, top 15 in the AP poll, South Carolina. South Carolina is no longer ranked. Fuck South Carolina. I thought they were going to be good. They are clearly not going to be good. Which I said like last week, they could lose like 4 games in a row and it wouldn't surprise me. Well, that 4-game losing streak is probably on its way. After that, we got Georgia Tech moving into number 24. They're playing Temple this week, which will give us a nice like data point between them and OU because we just played Temple, so we'll see. Like if it's close for Georgia Tech and we dominated them, then I mean clearly we're better than them. Well, I mean it doesn't exactly work like that, but it's something to take into consideration. And then Texas Tech moves up to number 25. No, Texas Tech is going to start right in here. They can earn their way into the top 25 this weekend. If they beat Utah, they can earn their way into the top 25. But until then, I'm going to put a team that I hate in the top 25. And the reason why I'm going to put them in the top 25 is because they have an absolute baby wipe schedule, and they should probably win out. I would be surprised if they don't. Now, where are they? Should be in the Big Ten. Oh, here they are, the USC Trojans. We are going to slide USC into the top 25. Auburn, we are not putting Auburn in the top 25. They are literally going to lose this week. So I'm not going to put a team in here just for them to lose next week and not be in here anymore. But if they do beat OU, they will be in the top 25 next week. So now teams I've got on like the outside looking in, like the next 5 teams. Indiana, the Hoosiers. Funny enough for Oos. Auburn. I've got Auburn right outside looking in. I've got Missouri. And Missouri plays South Carolina this week. Which would have been a lot better win if Vandy didn't just destroy them, but it is what it is. They're still like right outside. They could work their way in. I've got Texas Tech right here, and then I've got Michigan State. And Michigan State actually plays USC this week, so actually Michigan State can play their way in as well, because they could take that spot from USC if USC loses. So there's a bunch of big games. Like they're not like top 25 matchups, but they're like top 25 teams versus like the teams right outside the top 25. So, like, there's a bunch of teams. This whole thing could shake up next week. And I'm imagining there's going to be some upsets. There's going to be some things I don't call right. There's definitely going to be some things the AP poll gets wrong. But overall, this is my current top 25. Let me take a screenshot of this just real quick so we can get the thumbnail. Boom. Alrighty, so that's my top 25. Ohio State 1, Miami 2, LSU 3. The top 5 doesn't really change. LSU moves down a little bit, and Georgia, Oregon stay the same. OU's now in the top 6. Texas is somehow now in the top 10, even though they're going to get bodied by Oklahoma in a few weeks. Florida State's number 7, 8 and 9 are Penn State and Ole Miss. And Texas A&M is right on the outside looking in of the top 10. Same for Illinois. Which I don't like this section at all. I don't like anyone here. I don't think any of them are like really that good. We'll see though. We'll see. I don't really think Texas is that good either though. Honestly, Vandy is the team I'm most excited about. I'm pretty hyped about Vandy. Anyways, let's go look at the AP top 25. Okay, where is the AP poll? AP top 25. Who do we got? Ohio State at number 1. I can get down with that. Penn State number 2. I can't get down with that. LSU number 3. I would put Miami over LSU, but you guys know that. I would also not have Penn State ranked this high. Georgia number 5. Oregon number 6. Oregon would destroy Penn State, I think. And Oregon would destroy Miami as well. Granted, I say that, and I don't have Oregon ranked above Miami, but Miami's got better wins right now. Oregon has a chance to get a way better win than Miami has if they beat Penn State, though. But Miami will be able to counter that by beating Florida State if they can do that. Texas at number 8. Insane behavior by the AP poll. You cannot tell me you're watching Texas and OU play right now and you think one of those teams is not better than the other. And if you come away thinking Texas is the better team, you're actually insane. Illinois at number 9. A&M at 10. A 6-spot jump for beating Notre Dame, an 0-2 team. W's, amazing AP poll. Got us right outside at number 11. That's fine. Just leave us where we are. We'll eventually sneak our way into the top 5. Iowa State at number 12. You can't be feeling very good about Iowa State right now. Ole Miss at 13. Alabama at 14. Damn. I can't believe how high up Alabama already is again. Tennessee at 15. They did not move at all after losing to Georgia, which I understand. Georgia's a top 5 team. Utah 3-0 versus Wyoming. And Utah moves up 4 spots. Texas Tech moves up 4 spots. Wild. Georgia Tech moves up to number 18. That's a pretty big jump for Georgia Tech. Indiana moves up to number 19. Vanderbilt enters the top 20. They skip 5 spots. Pretty good for Vandy. They had 1 vote last week. And now they're at 397. So the Vandy hype is real, and I'm down. Michigan. And I made fun of the 1 voter for Vandy, saying he went to Vandy last year, or he graduated from Vandy. But to be honest, looks like Vandy's a pretty good team. Or South Carolina sucks. One of those 2 things is true. I can't tell you which one right now. Auburn at 22. So we're going to have a top 25 matchup. OU is going to be able to pick up its 2nd ranked win this week if they're able to take down Auburn. Missouri. Missouri is 3-0. They beat Louisiana West. Moved up 2 spots. Notre Dame falls 16 spots, still ranked in the top 25 for an 0-2 season. Amazing work here by Notre Dame. 0-2, still in the top 25. That's some quality losses right there. That's some real quality losses if I've ever seen them. And to be honest, they did play 2 top 15 teams, and they did keep it close against both those teams. But you know what they also did to both those teams? They lost, and they're 0-2. And it's absolutely hilarious. Strength of schedule? I guess so, Jova. I guess so. Did you know you can actually lose 2 games in a row to start the season and still be ranked in the top 25? Well, you actually probably can't do that, but Notre Dame can. USC 3-0. Okay, so they have USC right where I ranked them, which I am not a fan of USC. But here's the thing: if you look at USC's schedule, they should absolutely obliterate their schedule. There is like no reason for them to not go 10-2 or 11-1. If they do worse than that, they're garbage, and Lincoln Riley sucks. But we already know Lincoln Riley sucks. Let's see who's receiving votes. BYU, I can get down with that. South Florida, I can get down with that. South Carolina, they got absolutely schooled by Vandy, so I can't see the reasoning there. Mississippi State, 69, nice. TCU, 67. So I've got TCU super overrated in comparison to the AP poll, which I don't feel good about TCU at all. But they were like, they had one of the first big wins of the season, so that's why they're so high for me. Which we've already started moving them down. We're going to continue to move them down as that they don't really have a very strong schedule to like pick up a bunch of big wins. Arizona State at 57, although they do have some games coming up that is gonna like decide whether they should be in the top 25. Tulane at number 33. It would be really cool if they could beat Ole Miss. It's not gonna happen. Louisville at 25. Nebraska with 9 votes, which Nebraska, if they can beat Michigan, will sneak their way into the top 25. Baylor at 6. Clemson with 6 votes. You cannot make a good argument for Clemson being a top 25 team. There's no good arguments. These 6 people are insane. SMU with 4 votes. I don't see it for SMU either. NC State at 4. Black Shuck said, Wooga, how's it going, Crossbred? UNLV at 2. Don't worry, Crossbred. You're not going to have to sit here and listen to me talk about football much longer. I'm almost done. And Navy with 1 vote. So overall, not a horrible AP poll, but this is fucking hilarious. How much money are you making, Damo? $0. I need to go play college football professionally so I can get paid. Anyways, yeah, Notre Dame being here is hilarious. They're 0-2, and they're still ranked in the top 25 somehow. Funny how that works. But yeah, overall, I don't think the poll's super insane. I don't like from here. I mean, I don't mind Texas A&M being right here. To be honest, Texas A&M has a better argument for being ranked higher than Texas. I probably should have ranked Texas A&M higher than Texas, but we all know what Texas A&M is. They're 8-4 merchants. They're going to be 8-4 by the end of the year. Mark my words. Iowa State. I don't love Iowa State. They keep everything too close, but that's the way they play football. That's like literally Iowa State. If you're like not gonna be happy with them keeping every single game they have close, you're not gonna like the way they play football because that's just how it is. That's just how Iowa State plays football. Utah, I think, is looking good. Alabama, I think, is a little bit overrated. Tennessee, I think, is right where they should be. Vandy being in the top 20 is fucking amazing. Michigan is fine. Auburn is overranked, but it's fine because we're going to get a top 25 win out of it, and I'm cool with that. Missouri is 3-0. Notre Dame 0-2. Just insane behavior by the AP poll. Anyways, that's going to do it for my top 25, my AP poll reaction. So goodbye and good luck, YouTube. Have a good day, and we will see y'all on stream here in just a second. But I didn't include y'all for this, so I could upload it as a video. Goodbye, YouTube.